And good evening, everyone. Welcome here to, uh, Echo Arena, and we're in venues, not just on the VRML page, but also here in venues. And excited to be with you all, bringing you some very interesting games and ones that have implications for the tournament coming up next weekend. I am your caster, Glean. Joining me in the casting booth will be Matt Miko and Offbeat on the sidelines, as well as Wonder Team Man on the cams. How are you doing tonight, Matt?
I am doing great, Glean. These two teams, a lot on the line for both of them. Pretty much a win and you're in for both of these teams. So Havoc and Hexalink are really going to be having to throw it all out here on the line if they want a chance of making that master tier.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, that tournament that we're talking about coming up here, being the Challenger Cup coming up next weekend. Currently, I believe it is Hexalink that is sitting on just the bubble of being in that tournament. But if they take a loss here, it is possible that they could slip out and that their follow-up Tensor could come in. So very, very important that they take a win here, or that they make it look very, very close if it is a loss. The win would guarantee, though. I mean, Offbeat, what have you got for us here about these two teams?
Yeah, absolutely. Like when we're looking at it right now, we've probably only got about 3 teams in Diamond right now that really have that spot locked in, even as we're approaching the final week here. We've really got about 4 teams on the cusp. That's going to be Hexalink, AE, Havoc, and Gen Z. And so right now, either one of these teams getting the win does pretty much guarantee them that spot in the Challenger Cup, which is going to be huge. They're coming in ranked 14th and 17th overall in NA. So these are 2 very accomplished teams and 2 teams that are going to be very close to each other in skill level. They haven't played each other yet this season or in any past seasons. So it's going to be really exciting what comes out of this one today. They're both going to be coming in fresh, not having had any experience against the other teams. And I think we're going to be in for a really close, exciting match today. A great match to kick off our evening here.
Yeah, and here's hoping, of course, this not being the only game that we're showing here on venues. Of course, we're doing a three game set here, and hopefully we'll have a couple of good other games as well with the master tier match wrapping it all up. But we will be getting underway here with round 1 in just a couple seconds. Matt Miko, take us away.
Here we go, round 1. Havoc Nightmares versus Hexalink, a Poles joust. Starting off now, these two teams both needing a win. First to get to the disc is TechnoWubs. Slowly bringing this one up, gets a pass over to Tokai with a shot, a great save there from Duke. It'll clear it all the way down the other side.
Yeah, and immediately you can see that Stack is trying to chase it down. They don't quite get the bounce, but Slad's here to pick it up now. Immediately gets stunned here by Toki on the other end, and they're trying for the clear, can't quite get it through with Jake on the back line now. Going to look for a play, sets it up to Gunny. Gunny going down to Slad. Slad looking for the shot. No! The headbutt here from Draco denies it. Gunny trying to juke around, does not get loose. Draco with the slap out, but it looks like it will be recovered here by Jake. Gonna go right back under, down to Slad. Slad's gonna buy some time, just back things up. Looks for his cross. He has a few cutting in. Duke just not able to get the hands on it here, as now it is cleared out. It will be still picked up here by Jake. No, stunned by TechnoWubs. And looking for the clear, but again, a stun. Toki eventually try to get it clear. No, Gunny saw now with the interception. So back and forth between hands multiple times. Gunny, you're gonna take a nice pass over here to Duke, and sets that one up. Slam dunk 2 for our first goal in a hectic first minute.
Yeah, a very hectic first minute there, Glean. They were trying to clear the disc. Havoc kept trying to get that disc out of their end. Unable to do so. Kept getting caught at midfield, and the pressure was kept on by Hexalink Pulse, and they take this 2-0 lead. Apples.
Yeah.
Taking up this disc.
Nice.
Now, thrown down towards the bubble. Hits off a boot. Will be picked up by Jake. Jake back to Gunny Soul, and a great save on the head of Draco Mako. It's still kept in the zone, though, by Hexalink. Slad's now underneath the goal. Has Jake pass. Oh, tried to get it to Duke. He was stunned out, and Draco will get it all the way down the other end of the field.
Yeah, now these teams racing away for it. Once again, it will be Gunny saw to get here first. So just going to take their time and kind of dance back. Looks for the pass over. Does have Slads right there. Of course, inverted. So now going to be looking for some sort of advantage here. Trying to press it. Tries to get past Toki. Toki immediately gets the hand on the body and on the disc and sends that one right back into the blue zone. All 3 players here from the opposition on the other side. Techno just slamming that one in nice and easy.
Yeah, good response there from Havoc. The pressure's really been on from Hexalink here. They've kept that disc down in the Havoc zone, but that quickly in Echo Arena, the disc can get all the way down the other side. An easy goal when those stacks can get there so quickly.
Absolutely, is now Duke's handling this one, is going to send it over. Actually, ooh, just going to send this one back and actually just back this up, maybe take some more time.
Now Gunny Saw has it at mid here. Juking around, taking his time. Over to Slads. Slads back over to Gunny Saw. Working his way in. We'll throw it back. A little pass and catch here for these two. Now pass over. Working their way into the bubble. Another back pass here. Slads. Waiting. Gets that pass back over to Gunny Saw. Just playing the time here. Trying to pull someone out. Slads now start to push the bubble. Gets the pass over a little bit behind Duke. He'll recover the disc. Throws it back. Slads cutting in from shield. Takes the shot, and I think that hit off the post. And now cleared back out.
Yeah, just barely. A couple of good opportunities there. As now Jake is already back here for Hexalink. Going to send this one down to Gunny Saw now. Going to just juke around a little bit. Try and buy some time. Techno has none of it and tries to stun. Oh, exchanging hands a couple of times. It's just bouncing back and forth between all sorts of players. The disc now eventually cleared. Is that in? No, just off the top post. But picked up here by Slads, and Slads will send that one in. That stack critical to getting those 2 points for that lead.
My goodness, so close to a three-pointer there. And I have to say, you could tell these two teams know what's on the line. There's a lot of nerves on the field. You see all these guys bunching up, all the players here bunching up in midfield, fighting for that disc. Not something you always see at this level. Draco Mako now takes this disc. We'll find Toki. Toki trying to get that pass over to Noctem, but it hits off a trap now picked up by Duke. Intercepted actually by Noctem. Puts it towards goal and just a little bit high and wide. Picked up by Techno. And he gets that rebound and puts it home 4-4.
Perfect positioning, and exactly why you always want to have that cross option, because a lot of these shots will bounce just the way onto the opposite side of the arena. So if you have that cross pass, could also be a rebound and very, very effective there to be able to tie this one up. Now with Hexalink is Duke now going to send this one to Slads, just going to back it up once again. So taking that time, trying to beat out that stack. Gunny Saw not going to handle this one. Sends it up to Duke, back to Gunny Saw. So a little bit of monkey in the middle, just adjusting and trying to break up this stack, make sure that they can get down the field as effectively as possible. And now Jake handling this one on a 1v2 is now just going to wait for that stack again to come back, and look at how controlled they are playing here, Matt.
And control is the name of the game right now, as even though it's tied, Hexalink has had this disc so much. They're slowly trying to work their way up again here. Slads on the ceiling as Techno-Wubs on him. Gets that pass over to Gunny Saw. Gunny Saw throws that up. A nice pass to Slads off the backboard and just missing. It will be picked right back up by Gunny Saw though. On the floor, gets it to shield to Slads. Slads waiting, shoots, and Noctem was knocked out. And a 6-4 lead taken here for Hexalink.
Yeah, and a well-positioned shot as well, just going right above the head, making it very hard on the goalie. Goalie, I don't think could even jump for that one to try and get a deflection. Just well placed towards that top pocket, as now Havoc once again here on their offense. Only down by the 2 points as we're moving up on 4 minutes here. So Toki now going to handle this one and sends it down to Techno. Techno going to take his time, just going to walk around, tries to look for a pass option, has a 3v2 right now, but that pass will go astray. Gunny Saw going to pick this one up and send it out up onto the, actually no, it will bounce off the tunnel, sorry. Toki now just going to handle this one, sends the reset over to Noctem. Noctem forwarding this one down to Techno. Techno across to Draco. Great passing scheme. Now the shot, no! Just off the inside of the post, as it will take a funny bounce and send out by Jake.
Disc first to get there is Toki. Throw that through tunnel. And there's a stack there. Techno-Wubs has it. Coming in towards the goal. Everyone is now back defensively. And a pass here over to Draco Mako from Techno-Wubs. And this game again is tied.
Another beautifully placed shot too, Matt. Look at how low that one is in the pocket. Just making sure that the goalie could not get to that. The goalie would have had to certainly go through their own floor to be able to try and grab that disc. or get a hand on it or something. As now Hexalink once again, Duke, will they play with this control that we've been seeing? No. Faster rollout is now, they do set it across, but none of those resets back to the QB like we were seeing before. As this one's a bit more aggressive, and it might just work out. Look at that. They get that backstack out of position. Jake, perfect line on the shot, sends it in.
That slow play that Hexalink has been doing here, maybe had Havoc a little off guard there when they came flying back down the field off that joust, because that net was wide open. And they take a 3-point lead here. Draco Mako off the joust, a miss pass here. Trying to get it to Toki. Toki will not be the first shot here, just going a little bit high. Up to get the disc is Slads, and oh, he hits the post, recovered by Gunny Saul, and he'll dunk it home. The pressure here from Hex.
Yeah, absolutely. You can tell that they want to be into that Challenger Cup, just sitting on that barrier. They can say, if they take this one, that we are in it and we are ready to play, and certainly they are ready to play here tonight. Havoc just going to come out again. Noctum going to look for his pass here on the left side for him. Draco going to send this one across, a bit similar to what we just saw come out from Hexalink not that long ago, but a missed pass once again means that Slads will recover, sends that off the ceiling, not quite going to find the boop shot, but it will just drop low, and he has two teammates there. Duke with a, oh my, over the shoulder, over the back, pretty much, arcing shot into the goal there.
Yeah, beautiful shot there from Duke. Again, though, Hexalink is getting that disc down into the bubble for Havoc, and then they have a ton of time. It seems like Havoc is having a little bit of trouble getting their stacks back defensively. Knocked him now on this joust, a switch up from Draco Mako. This will be taken by Toki. Toki gets it to Technowubs. Technowubs underneath boot, finds Draco. A nice pass to Technowubs, and he dunks it home. A beautiful passing play, and Havoc is climbing their way back into it.
Yeah, and breaking the ice, I don't think we're quite out of time just yet, but they need to be very, very fast about these next few goals. Otherwise, it will be Hexalink taking this first round. Hexalink, of course, going to make sure that that doesn't happen, so I would not be surprised to see if they play for time here, or play with a very defensive passing scheme like we've seen them do before. Gunnysaw just going to send this one over to Slads, and yeah, look at that, just the reset back to the QB. They know they have the time, the points, they lead. They want to make sure that they guarantee this first round, nothing slips up. Very controlled here, as they will be able to secure this one, but maybe look for some last chance points here as well, as now they know that they have the secured win, so they're going to try and break in. Jake to Slads. Woo! What a connection on the cut. Beautiful play. Secures another 2 to take this one 8-15.
That entire goal, the entire way down the field, was perfection. Every pass was hit perfectly. They were pulling away Havoc and getting them away from their stacks. And then the last final play, that passing play, that's some good Echo Arena right there, Glean.
Oh yeah, absolutely what you want to see from not only that diamond tier that we are currently in, but also potentially master tier quality in terms of plays. Of course, we can't take too much away from Offbeat on the sidelines. What did you see, my man? What did you think of that game?
That was not what I expected. It's been incredibly different from a lot of games that you'll see, especially at Diamond and Master, just with the slow pace of the game here. We know a number of teams, especially in the higher ranks, will definitely take a slower approach to the game. But this one has been a little bit different in that neither team has really been all in on one specific strategy. And I kind of want to focus here on what name is failing me. On what Hexalink has been doing here specifically. They've taken that slower approach, which we've seen. Well, they'll get in, they'll get set up in the zone, but they do have one player that's been sticking up and looking to get open, and Hexalink has been ready to kind of pounce on that and look for those quick hits. They'll pass it around back near the midfield, then all of a sudden, bam, they've got an open man underneath the goal and are ready for that quick change of pace and the goal. And I think that's the transition they made kind of halfway through, whether it's because they changed their approach or because Havoc kind of lost track of where that player was. But that ability to turn on a dime like that and suddenly switch to an aggressive offense has really been helping them. And I think if they succeed, it'll be through more of that this round.
All right, thank you, Offbeat. As we're about to get here into round 2, both teams ready for this initial joust. What kinds of changes will we see come out from Havoc? We're not quite sure, as both teams actually, I think, looking for a defensive option here on the rollout. Not quite often what we see here on the initial joust, where it's placed there in the center, but now here, Havoc taking control, trying to find the shot is Technowubs, but no, the stun. Toki going to be inverting, trying to reach the disc, does eventually get it through many Technos, sets him up beautifully. So now the 2-point quick lead here for Havoc.
You know, that's definitely the way Havoc needs to come out in the second round after losing round 1. A quick goal there. They came out, got the joust, and just took their time. Almost did lose it when Techno got stunned out, but they did recover well and find those 2 points. You know, Duke tries to get the slides, quickly intercepted. Technowubs up to Draco. Shot just a little bit low. Actually, a pass here. Finds Toki, and he will put that one home. That even fooled me. I think it fooled the goalie as well, and we have a 4-0 lead now for Havoc.
I like this aggression we're seeing from Havoc. They're coming out much more aggressive. Before, they were waiting a beat after the initial pass came through to start challenging on that player to try and cut off the pass, but now they're just instantly going for it. They're trying to make the read as to where the disc is going to go, so that pressure is creating all sorts of opportunities for them. Now is this a missed pass, an unforced error after the pressure came through. Techno now going to handle this after the pass from Draco up to Toki. Toki with a shot and sends it in, so now 6-point lead here for the side of Havoc.
Yeah, they just keep the pressure on, and this is a totally different looking game right now. You wouldn't think round one went the way it did. Havoc is just turning up the pressure, and you could tell Hexalink feels it right now. They need to change things up a little bit here and find a goal.
Yeah, the send back here to Duke is good. So they have broken through mid, that choke point that is so infamous here in Echo Arena. They are able to send it back here to Slads. So the reset will slow things down. Now going to try and drop this one down, but again, that missed pass off a tough angle. No one quite able to recover it. Now Jake will dance around, find it, passes over to Gunnysaw, but for a second looking pretty scary there, Matt.
Yeah, it definitely was looking scary. When you get these slow plays, you have to make sure your passes are accurate, as Duke will throw this one back to Gunnysaw. Otherwise, they're all split up here. So, Hexalink all split up, and Havoc had their stack. So if they give away that disc, there's a good chance they're going to lose this. Duke, a pass over here, hits Slads. Slads moves to the ceiling, waiting, looking for a passing option here. Finds a pass to Duke. Oh, and a nice steal from Noctum. And Noctum now will clear that, or try to get it through the tunnel, but doesn't get that clear through.
Yeah, that brutal lockdown bubble defense here from Havoc just causing nightmares, as that shot will not be on. Draco with a great snatch out from the midfield, not quite in that bubble zone, but great denial there, as that certainly would have gone in. Now this one over to Slads. Slads gonna look for the cross. No, just out of the hands of Duke, so it will be loose. Duke is able to recover. Techno with a stun. Gets stunned himself as Gunny tries to get to it. Duke able to tap it out, and this is a little bit chaotic. Sends it down to Jake. Jake has the one-on-one. No, the ding. The recovery. No, Toki in the goal to snatch the denial. Keep this one scoreless for the side of Hexalink as it gets cleared down.
Hexalink cannot find the goal here, as this is picked up by Noctum. And after all of that pressure, Hexalink came up with nothing and find themselves now down 8.
That is absolutely brutal, and Noctum basically taking the same exact shot that Jake wasn't able to execute on the other end, almost saying as if to say, whatever you can do, I can do better. And now handled here by Duke. Still scoreless here with about 6 minutes left to go. Sends it over to Slad. Slad's going to send this one down to Jake. No, the missed pass, or the missed handle on the disc, means that Noctum will recover. This one trying to get it cleared. Gunny right there to recover. Tries to get the pass in, but Techno there to get the reset off and sends it over. And look at the control now by Havoc. Trying to get this one cleared and just kind of floating here in that blue zone.
Yeah, Techno wobbles on. I'll pick up this disc, puts it towards goal, and hits the 3-pointer. Right now, Glean, I think the story is Hexalink is just not making great plays. The passes, they're hitting geos. They got to clean this up.
I absolutely agree, and I think that this pressure, not only the pressure of trying to make sure that they guarantee their spot in CC, but also the pressure from this team of Havoc Nightmares just unrelentingly pushing them, and every given opportunity means that they can't get anything off. I mean, Offbeat, what do you think? Do you agree with that sentiment, or what kinds of things are you seeing here?
Oh, 100%. I mean, the big thing we're seeing is from the offensive stack coming in from Havoc right now. Hexalink just doesn't have an answer to that right now. They have absolutely turned it up from round one. Getting in the face of them trying to sit back with the disc. I think that's kind of been the big difference this round, is before Hexalink was just having all the time in the world, sitting back there, setting up their plays. But whatever has changed this round, Havoc's stack now is getting in their face, and even if they're not getting the stuns, which they are often, they're forcing bad passes. They're forcing quick passes that aren't on target enough because either the teammate isn't ready to receive it or they aren't able to line up that pass correctly. And they have just been turning it around. You watch them anytime that Havoc steals the disc back, they immediately have people getting open and they've been ready. There's the steal and there's quick 1-2 pass goal. It's just been moving so quickly that if Hexalink loses the disc, they have not had any time to recover before the disc's already in their net. It's been incredible to watch Havoc just explode out here, and it is absolutely a good idea that Hexalink called timeout now, because they got to figure out what's going wrong and how they can adapt to this Havoc stack that's all up in their face.
Yes, of course. That timeout, of course, being that 5 minutes that teams have to, for whatever reason, whether it be technical issues, whether it be wanting to discuss strategy, as they might be doing right here, to try and figure things out. Those 5 minutes crucial to trying to stop this pressure from Havoc Nightmares. I mean, just unrelenting force, like we said earlier, as now the timeout will be over. So we are going to be coming out of the tunnels in just a second here.
Yeah, and you could definitely tell even the the morale for Havoc has changed, as you saw Draco Mako dancing there in the spawn area. Duke will take this disc off the jounce. We are back to round 2 action. See if this timeout helps Hexalink, as a Gunny Saw will cut into the bubble, but it's stunned out right away.
Yeah, I like that idea. Come out with that aggressive relay play, but just too many people back now as, oh no, the opportunity, the shot, no, off the top of the post. So just not able to convert there, as Slads will pick this one up. Now looking for a clear, perhaps, does just send it through, excuse me, as this one will be down in that orange zone. Teams racing for it. Toki immediately there to pick it up, though.
Toki tries to clear it out. It will be intercepted by Slads. Slads gets the pass over to Jake. Back over to Slads. He's cutting his way into the bubble. Looking for a pass. Oh, he takes the shot! Top pocket! And finally, they get some points on the board.
Dr. Pocket, where Mama hides the cookies. All of the above names. Beautiful placement there from Slads, and well executed to get them to break the ice. That critical point with about 4 minutes left here to go. Of course, still able to take this one if they play strong, but they need to be able to convert soon. Now, Toki, as I just say that, the headbutt perhaps, no. Draco able to get the slap through, and now actually in the hands of Duke. I thought that was going to be a great pass, but instead another turnover now for Havoc into the hands of Techno. Now going to just try and reset this one, but the reset goes loose. It goes by the back player, and now Slads with an open 3. He hits it dead center, baby. You know it. 6-point deficit now. Still in favor of Havoc, but with plenty of time left to go.
Yes, plenty of time, and momentum is starting to shift a little bit. Back to Hexalink after a 3-pointer. Their beautiful play. They had some misplays at midfield, but both teams now, you could tell the pressure's on. They're giving up the disc a lot more, and let's see if this changes any time soon. This disc will get over to Toki. Toki now over to Techno, and now they're going to start to play the slow game. This pass will find its way to back to Toki and back to Draco. Some quick passes coming here from Havoc. This will be thrown over. Toki cutting off shield toward the bubble, takes the shot and just misses it. And a clear out here will get to midfield.
Yeah, it might have gone off another player's head or something weird there, but a shot now off the backboard. No, not quite. Oh, both players who were diving in also missing the disc, so it will be back in Havoc's hands. And now trying to send this one clear. It will be down back into that blue zone, so Stacks trying to race for this one. Techno's right there as the shot takes the shot. The turnaround is good for another 2 points, up by 8 now.
Yeah, Havoc calming things down a little bit. They did have an 11-point lead, and they did not want to lose that. So 13-5. Now this hill to climb for Hexalink in round 2. If they want to finish this off, it's going to be a lot steeper. So we picked up by Duke. Tries to get that one to Gunny Saw, but just missing it. That's what we picked up, though. Havoc sends us all the way down the field. They have a stack. First to get to it's Draco. Oh, and he bounces off the backboard. A nice save from Duke. Tries to clear it out. It's intercepted. Techno Wubs working his way to the bubble. Off of Pillar. The juke is not enough. They do recover it, though. And finally, Hexalink will clear this one through.
Yeah, but already look at that stack here from Havoc. Already knowing that the disc was going to be cleared, but sends 2 players down. Able to try and get this one down into the blue bubble. Slads gets a tap, but not for much. Duke now eventually able to send this one through. Bouncing wildly, careening. Slads looking for a 3. No, knocked him just in time. Slides back and saves that one. Gets it to Toki. And with another cleared back into the blue side. So just back and forth down the field we go. Techno Wubs again from the backside is able to convert. So the 10-point deficit has, or the double-digit deficit has regrown, I should say.
Yeah, a great save there from Noctum. Kept 2 points off the board, or actually might have even been 3 for Hexalink in this round 2, and they quickly respond Havoc all the way back down the field, finding a goal of their own. Hexalink now pretty much out of time at all. Actually, definitely out of time. Slads now will get this. Tries to get the pass. Dookie slowly trying to chase it. He's unable to get to it. Finally does get a hand on it. That's always the worst when you're chasing that disc. It's just out of reach. And Jake now to Gunnysaw. Taking their time at mid. Not really anything they can really do. Maybe just trying to get some points here, because they will be important as well for both of these teams, even if they don't win. Oh, this steal here will be cleared all the way down the field. 20 seconds left. First to get to it. Everybody blows by it. And finally, it'll be grabbed by Draco. Draco behind and knocked him, and he'll put that one home.
Very interesting that it says it was a headbutt goal. I wonder if he was trying to dunk it or slightly throw it in, and he accidentally threw it backwards off of his own head and it went in. I'm not sure what happened there, but a very funny interaction to end this one off. 12-point lead. Taking it for Havoc. 1-1. We get a round 3 offbeat. I am ecstatic for this one.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Dominant performance by Hexalink in round 1, and then Havoc right the other way, looking even more dominant in round 2. And this has been a fascinating one to watch. One thing I want to keep an eye on is Havoc is running a very interesting style of defense when they don't have the disc here. As long as Hexalink has the disc in their own zone, their stack is all over them, bouncing around, sticking with that stack together, trying to apply as much pressure as they can. But, this is a big but, as soon as Hexalink has moved the disc into the Havoc zone, they are falling back into that bubble defense, and they're no longer applying a lot of pressure onto the disc. And so you saw the most success out of Hexalink this round when they went with their initial quick rollout, and then they slowed it down once they hit the offensive zone. And so if Hexalink is going to turn this around, that's what they need to keep doing, because they need to recognize that that is how Havoc is playing. They're no longer applying any pressure. So once they get the disc over midfield, they can settle down and start playing their game. So you get those quick rollouts. You don't need to score in the quick rollouts. You just need to get yourself established in the offensive zone first. They're able to do that, they'll be able to win this round. If not, I see that Havoc stack continuing to wreak havoc.
Yeah, and we'll certainly see where it goes here as we're about to get underway with round 3. I mean, Matt, the strategies in this game are certainly diverse, and with the clear and boost and the cross-passing meta as well, down to Draco from Noctum, and it's just like a mirror image of round 2. Immediate start here for Havoc.
Yeah, they start right off the joust, finding another goal. And yeah, another thing that's impressive is the ability to adapt, at least right now, from Havoc. That round 1, they looked like it was going to be not an easy win for Hexalink, but they were controlling the pace of play. And the fact that Havoc was able to make some adjustments so quickly and take over round 2, it's impressive. Slads now will take this one up. They'll throw that down to the floor to Gunnysaw. Gunnysaw crawling his way towards the bubble. Will push back. Gets this one over to Slads. Slads, a nice pass to Duke. Another save from Noctum. So many great saves from them this game.
Yeah, but Slads able to recover that one off the fast stack. Oh, what a grab by Toki diving out. Tries to prevent anything. Slads with the grab. No, Draco with the stun. So now picked up here by Havoc, sent out by Techno. Stacks are underway. All 4 players from both teams racing for it, but it will be Slads to get there first. Tries to set it out, but that backstack from Havoc is just able to collect those clears. Now trying to get the pass in, or perhaps a clear of their own, but Jake will be able to tap this one out back into that orange zone, where it will just bounce loosely again. However, picked up here by Havoc and trying to get the clear out. Won't find any purchase though, as now it actually will find its way all the way through and into that blue side once again.
Yeah, Slads will recover that disc. Has Techno Wubs all over them. Techno steals the disc, cutting towards goal and puts it underneath Jake. 4-0. lead here for Havoc.
Yeah, very, very strong start here for them. About 2 minutes into this round, so important that, of course, Hexlink doesn't let this one get carried away again like we saw the last round, because once that snowball effect starts, it's sometimes super hard to break out of, but here's that aggressive rollout like Offbeat was talking about. Once they get the aggressive style going, actually they're going to go all the way aggressive as Gunny saw juking around, has Jake on the cut. The shot is good with all 4 members of the opposing team in the goal. Finds its way through.
Yeah, that time Hexalink pushed the bubble a lot more quickly than they have in the past, and were able to find opportunity. They actually, Gunny saw underneath, pulled 3 defenders onto them, and then found the open pass there. So that's a much needed goal there to stop. Like you said, you don't want this to start becoming a runaway because it makes it so much more difficult to get back into it. As Toki now to Techno. Back to Draco Mako. They get that pass over to Noctum. Noctum finds Techno. Playing some passing here in the trench is Draco. Throws this one over to Wedge. Techno. Just trying to bait out Jake here maybe and get an opening. This will be Toki. Up, tries. Oh, just misses that pass to Noctum. Will be recovered by Draco Mako on the backboard to Noctum, and he puts it home for 2.
Yeah, well positioned. I don't think the goalie had much idea that he was right there, and the little slap shot is good. Well set up by Draco, I believe that was, or was it Draco taking the shot? I'm not quite sure. I'm getting these teams or these players mixed up as well. But great execution from them as now Duke's going to send this one across over to Slads. Slads now going to look for his pass options, trying to bait out that stack, and of course he gets it to Jake and now back to Duke. So here's that slower play that they needed to execute on. And finally we're seeing them get back to it from round 1. Here in round 3 now Slads going to look for his pass, has the low cut down here to Gunny. Gunny with the one-on-one and takes it in quite nicely. So close in this 3rd round, another 2-point lead only for the side of Havoc Nightmares.
Yeah, and on the back end there for that play, I think it was Slides, if I'm not mistaken, or someone from the back end was, or Jake actually, was putting pressure on that stack from Havoc and kept them in the backfield and really gave him an opening there to find that goal. So that's what they could do here. That stack that's coming so quickly, if they can break it up maybe, they'll get some opportunities. Techno will find this over to Toki. Toki to Noctum! And Techno loves hit Gunny before he could even try to get his hand on the disc, and back to a 4-point lead.
Yeah, and we're just seeing this back and forth, both the teams going at it. It's an absolute slugfest in this 3rd round as they're just exchanging blows. However, Hexalink has got to find some sort of break. They got to find a way to tie this up and or take the lead with about half the game gone. They need to be able to get something here. Now, Duke is going to handle this one all the way back in his own zone. Does send it over to Slads, who's just going to walk it up as they're trying, again, to get rid of that offensive stack that has been so painful to deal with. Eventually, they do get it through now to Jake, but Jake has all 4 members of the defense back there, so he can't do anything until his team gets up.
Yeah, and right now with this stack, it's pretty much forcing Hexalink to have to make perfect passes. If they make a mispass in their own zone, it's almost guaranteed Havoc is going to grab that disc and put it in. Now, Gunny Saul will get this underneath to Duke. Duke on the floor now. Throw it up to Gunny Saul. Gunny Saul back to Duke. Duke cutting towards the bubble, passes it to the ceiling to Jake, cuts his way towards the goal, and slam dunk. Puts that one in, 8-6, a 2-point game.
And beautiful execution. Again, we're seeing these back and forths that are going so well for both teams, but how long can this be sustained by both sides? Who knows as we come down to that 4-minute mark. Now, with the pressure mounting, Havoc Nightmares will take their rollout. Draco going to fake the pass, sends it now down to Noctum. Noctum with a quick tap as he knew that defense was coming onto him, and just cycling it back and forth between everyone. Now Noctum handling this, going to just back it up again, trying to get that stack to come to them. It's been all about this stack baiting from both teams in the mid zone. Is now that pass will go awry and Duke will clear this one out. They have a stack all the way down here for Hexalink. Slads is going to grab that one, and there's the breakaway, tying this one up just like we said they needed to.
And right there, Hexalink is like, you know what? If Havoc is going to do this, we're going to do it better. At least try. As they force out the pass there, they started forcing Noctum down into trap. And when they were forced down the trap, they tried to make that pass off of the side of tunnel and maybe get a bounce pass there, but a beautiful interception. So that stack there forcing out some bad passes. Knocked him now. Has this floating. Will make a pass all the way over to Toki. Toki, though, quickly pounced on by that stack. Jake now has it. They'll throw this through tunnel. Going to go for a dribble play here, but back to get to it is Havoc, and they'll try to clear that one all the way through tunnel.
Yeah, it is down and around, so Toki able to get the grab on this one. The shot comes through. Oh, no! It falls through on a technical goal. Someone might have been able to get the hand on it, but just not able to get to it in time. Toki secures a 3, and that is huge this late in the game.
Unfortunate. That was so close. Just unable to get their hand on it before it entered the goal, and now down 3, which I would definitely say probably it makes it a lot more difficult right now for Hexalink. They haven't been able to find any 3s right now. Draco now will put this one towards goal. Oh, just off the post, knocked him there, cleans it up, and that quickly 5-point lead here for Havoc.
Yeah, that 3 immediately turning into a turnover is not a good sign here for Hexalink. They've got to secure, they got to calm down, reset that mental, get things done. I know it's hard, especially off that technical goal, but they got to reset themselves here to be able to take this one to an OT. Whether it's take it to an OT, take it to a win, they need it here to secure that Challenger Cup spot now. Gunnysaw going to send this one across, has Duke right there, but the stun here from Draco will guarantee that they have the disc and sends it down into that blue side. The stack is there from both teams, but no one getting to it is now knocked him. Will get the stun, so it is just floating loose once again. Slad's able to eventually get a tap, but no one has handle on this disc right now as they're just fighting for it again and again. Draco eventually does get a hand on it and sends this one over to Noctum, looking for a conversion. Techno ups up top, and slam dunk from him. Perhaps another technical goal, not quite sure, but unrelenting in the last couple of minutes here from Havoc.
And that one is a killer, Glean. It's looking real grim right now for Hexalink. 15-8 in this round 3. Back and forth action, but so quickly Havoc just turned it around and took charge of this round 3. Gunnysaw throws a miss pass here. Will be recovered by Draco. Puts it towards the goal just a little bit low. Will be recovered by Gunny. Bounce pass off the floor here. Finds Jake. Jake will throw that into Trench. The bounce off of Trench will be picked up. Jake now has pressure from Technowub. Stunned out. Technowub still has the pressure on the disc. And finally, this will be picked up. Techno to Draco Mako. Open goal here. Takes the shot. Oh, and Duke gets back at a nice grab there. 8 seconds left. Toki cutting towards goal. Holds it at Nugget. Gets stunned out. And that will be it. Havoc take this 2-1.
Yeah, and certainly things have gotten more interesting, especially for the members of Tensor, that team that is sitting on just the outside of that Challenger Cup. They potentially have a way to slip in now. We will have to see what happens to the MMR and the calculations that are done, but it is possible that Hexalink has now fallen out of the Challenger Cup with that one. Offbeat, what did you think of what happened in this?
Just what you were saying. It was, for that last one, I just sat back and watched the ride. It was a great back and forth for a lot of the game. Whereas rounds 1 and 2, we had pretty definitive victors kind of from the get-go. This one was a lot more back and forth and really exciting to watch as the teams kind of put together everything they'd been learning about each other. I'll keep it short here because we know we got some more games to go to. But yeah, excellent third game. Both teams should be proud of how they played here today.
Absolutely. And like you said, we have to jump to another game, so we will be back with you in just a moment. But don't you go anywhere. We have more matches in just around the corner.
Easy going right there. One more to go.
hardware. Our passion is for the future.
And welcome back, everyone, with another exciting match here in venues and on the VRML Twitch page. I am your caster Glean once again. Joining me, Matt Vico, and Offbeat here on the sidelines with Wonder T-Man on the cams, bringing you this diamond matchup here between XO5 and Rush. Exciting one here tonight.
Yes, definitely. We have that first game was exciting enough, and now we have another one to follow it up between XO5 and Rush. Both of these teams coming in right around that diamond region, all getting close to it. So they have a lot to prove. Not ready for Challenger Cup, but that's definitely implications maybe for the next one. So this game will matter between these two teams, and we'll see which team brings it tonight on venues.
Certainly, and I know Rush actually being of that quality, perhaps. I know that they've made it to past Challenger Cups before and have certainly put up a fight, so they have those qualities and perhaps that capability of making it to that Master Tier later on this season. Not quite in that Challenger Cup position, like you said, but certainly could make it up there. And XO5, a couple of names that I've seen before, so potentially could have a great opportunity there as we're about to get underway here with round one.
Yes, here we go. Round one, XO5 in orange, and we have in blue Rush. The joust here. Let's see who is first to get to this disc will be Rush. They get the headbutt off, but this will be recovered by Fox. Fox will get that one all the way down. Will bounce into right outside the bubble. Will be recovered at a shot from the Real Bean. A clean one from the Real Bean. 2-0. XO5.
Yeah, and a nice duck there to secure that one. You could see how low they went. I can only imagine how low to the ground they went to make sure that they did not get stunned out. And sending that one in for the first two is now this one is taken here by Rush. Salty Raccoon just going to walk this up and take their time. Just going to send that pass up to scoreboard area. And now just going to send it back. So a lot of this slower play, this is very interesting to me because I'm in the Diamonds here. I'm very used to seeing a lot of fast play mixed in with a lot of that great passing. But tonight we've seen so much slow play from these teams here in the Diamond division. Is now Snowy tries to send that shot in. Oh, almost got it in off the bounce, but XZ, no, not able to get it in as well. As it just takes a couple of bounces, and now Bean gonna try and send this one out, I think, after a couple of jumps, but right into the hands of Salty here on the back line.
And Salty will get that interception. Throws it to Bartstar, juking around on the ceiling. Gets the pass on the backboard, and XZ dunks it top pocket to tie this game at 2.
Yeah, nice easy lay-in. Did not quite see the member there on the backboard, and able to secure it. One of the toughest positions for the goalie to cover sometimes is that spot. So well done here by Rush. Now XO5 on their first offensive joust. Taken here by Bean. Going to actually just wait for that stack to go a little bit wildly off to the side, as it now that missed pass will actually find their hands. So Rush gonna handle this and sends it over to Salty. Salty just gonna walk this one up as the cross. Bart, no, the behind the back is no good, but no, taking this one, tries to get it up to Bart. Bart able to recover. Now Salty with this smooth little underhand here gets that 2 points.
They just chaos in the bubble. Just shot after shot after shot coming from Rush. They were missing. The one almost went in the goal before off the bounce anyway, but finally putting it home and taking a 4-2 lead here. But the pressure and the shots right now from Rush are unrelenting. Fox here has this disc. We'll find Daniel Jax. And that's up to Dark. Now back over. Bean misses the pass to Fox. That will be recovered. Salty Raccoon now tries to throw that through mid. Intercepted. Bean stunned out. Loses the disc. Race to it. Fox gets there first. XE does get the stun. Bartstar tries to clear that out. Off station. Covered by Daniel. Back pass to Fox. Fox now looking for a passing option. Has it. Over to Bean. Bean. A pass over to Boot. Just missing. Will be recovered, though. Dark's cutting towards goal, is stunned out, and Salty Raccoon will get this the other way.
But not quite, as Fox on the backline once again able to scoop that one up, sends it right back in. No, the pass is not quite good. We couldn't quite handle it. Now in Bean's hands, though. Bean with a couple of jumps, a couple of swing arounds, windmills, that one into the goal, and practically wills it in through so many defenders, as there were, what, 2 on top of him when he first got the disc, and then another one in the goal. So finds his way and fights his way into the goal for those 2.
Yeah, magical goal from a magical fruit. Here we go the other way. Salty Raccoon will pick this disc up. Bounce pass off the ceiling to Bartstar. Bartstar now just waiting out the other team. Salty Raccoon has pressure, but gets that one over to XZ. XZ passes over to Fox, or sorry, Salty Raccoon now. Throws that one through to Bartstar. Bartstar loses handle the disc, will recover, gets a slap pass to Salty Raccoon, over to XZ, a pass over to Bartstar, tic-tac-toe, a beautiful play there, and Rush takes back the lead.
Wow. Even when they are just under that pressure from that little misconnection, they're able to find the pass and able to secure the 2 points. Just well recovered here by Rush, as now XO5 looking for their response. Bean handling this, sends it down into that tunnel. Fox over to Daniel Jax now, and now back to Bean. So again, the slower play, that extra pass is not going to be good, though, as it will go into Salty's hands after a couple of bounces. Now over here to Bart, and Bart able to send it all the way deep into that orange zone. Picked up here eventually here by Salty, and now perhaps just going to back it up, take their time. Indeed, they will send that reset.
Bardstar now finds Snowy Fox, as there's 2 Foxes on each team. Saltera Coup now juking around on the Geo here. We'll find the pass to Nesta. Bardstar drops down to shield. A pass over to Snowy Fox, and a beautiful shot there from Fox, and an even more beautiful passing play.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see the way that they're breaking down this defense is so clean. Even when they look like they have the opportunity, when they break by the defender, they make that extra pass to try and draw even more defenders out until there's nobody left defending the goal. As now that stack was incredibly fast, gets to Bean, but Bean just be able to get off that pass. But no, actually does get the stun here on Bard, so will recover the disc. Well played, as it looked like they were going to be able to get it, and now sends this one across to Darks. Darks going to try and get that pass. No, mishandles. Now picked up here by Rush. Oh, a good slap there from Fox. Denies only momentarily, as now XZ is going to look for a bounce shot. Can't quite get it through. As this pace is absolutely hectic here. Bart over to XZ. XZ again on the backboard. Oh, the goalie dives out with a couple of jukes. XZ just lays that one in nice.
Yeah, XZ sold that he was cutting a couple times and pulled the goalie out, but like we saw in our previous game, that stack is putting the pressure on the defense. At no point was XO5 able to get that disc out of their zone from the joust, as the stacks from Rush were just so quick. And this will be picked up by Daniel. Back passes it here, a little bit dangerous. Bardstar gets the stun, but a little too late. But actually, this will be picked up. Pass to Bardstar and just taps it right in. The redirection, pretty much, from Bardstar. Has the pressure from Rush right now. XO5 can't handle it clean.
And Bart didn't even have to look on that redirect. He just knows it's going a little low. The communication is solid. He just throws it over his head and it goes in. I mean, they're on fire right now, and there's not much more to say as we're coming down to the last 3 minutes now. This one's sent over to Daniel over into that tunnel to Fox, but they have no forward passes, so they can only do what they can, and which is back it up. Now, Bean gonna take this and sends it over to Daniel once again, so making their way up here eventually, and now with another cross perhaps, but no one quite in the area, so it will just be loose and picked up here by Rush. XZ off of someone's head, but still going to be cleared out here eventually by Snow.
And this is a pass attempt here. Will just be out of the hands of Salty. Picked up by Dark. And that one pass intercepted here from Snowy Fox. Puts one towards goal. Darksy will pick that up and tries to get this through tunnel. But it's still at midfield. Snowy Fox misses this one. Disc is continuing the rush half, but they have that stack together. Will lose the disc, though, as this is picked up and thrown over. Oh, another interception here, just back and forth on this side, right? They can't get it through this tunnel either way. As Snowy Fox will now get this pass up to mid and picked up by Raccoon.
Yeah, but had to tap that one quick as the stun was coming through. Snowy with an opportunity. Oh, 1v2, 1v3, 1v4. Oh, my. Count them up, line them up, and knock them all down. Sends it up top to Bardstar with a little sassy ding on the top pocket and places it right in for the dunk.
Yeah, and Rush just juking off the backboard, really pulling both defenders in again to cover that guy and leaving a player open on the top of the goal. Bean now on the joust to Daniel. Daniel, get that one through tunnel all the way down. Rush is there to get it first, though. Their stacks are faster right now. Bardstar unable to get a handle on it. Dark Z grabs it, stuns out Bardstar. Bean has it now. Juking on the floor. Looking for a passing option. Goes to hit Dark Z. Oh, the ender, and puts it home past the goaltender. And finally, some points here for XO5.
It's got to feel good to break that ice, Matt. I mean, after so long of just scoreless, that drought was ridiculous. But eventually able to get some points on the board here. Although it will not help them take this round, it certainly will help their mental and perhaps trying to take a round 2 as this fast play here from Rush is looking so clean. Down to XZ. XZ with a couple of jumps around the barrier. 1-2. Oh, what a save by Fox, but just the grab back from XZ, not able to get it out of their hands fast enough. So that 10-point lead will be the end of this round, but certainly XO5 got to work hard to try and make up that deficit here in round 2.
It's going to be very, very rough after we see the pressure that Rush has been applying. But Offbeat, what do you think about that round one?
That was a bit of a weird one. It started out nice and even, as neither team was really able to clear the disc very well. You could see teams getting into the offensive zone. They'd have some chances, they'd miss it. Clear would be attempted, not quite get out, and so that's why we had the back and forth for a while, because no team could ever really change possession properly. But as that went on, I mean, these are two teams that are on the very top edge of Platinum that are pushing to get that Diamond rank, right? And I think more than anything, Rush has been demonstrating that their passing game is 100% on the level they need to be at for there. Like, you look at the goals coming in this round, right? You've got them completely spread out across a number of players, everyone getting on the scoreboard at some point, and that is because of how good a job they have done of moving that disc around. It's been really incredible and impressive to watch, and the defense on the XO5 side just hasn't been able to keep up with the number of options and with the speed that they are moving that disc. So if XO5 is wanting to turn this around, they're going to have to do something to kind of cut off their passing game. Maybe it's applying a little more pressure on the disc. Maybe it's kind of tightening up that defense and making sure you've got marks on D if they want to stick to their individual plan. But yeah, that passing game from Rush is absolutely leading the way here today.
Yeah, it has been looking clean. It's been looking good, but round two has got to change. Something's got to happen as we are in that timeout phase right now. And perhaps just talking things over is, the opposite side, or perhaps making a roster switch, as we do see 5 members there. So we might see a quick change of the guard here for XO5, but certainly I don't think Rush is going to change their game plan from what they have going on right now.
Yeah, no, the pressure from the stacks, the passing, all of it is just keeping the disc inside of XO5 zone. Unless they figure something out, this round two is not going to be much different. And honestly, from looking at that play, if I was to think how this round two is going to go, I think it's going to stay the same. That pressure was unrelenting, and Rush just made so many beautiful passes that set up so many clean goals. They really didn't have a lot of pressure, and even when they were getting a shot that Fox could save, the pressure was right on the goalie to put the disc right home. When that's happening, everyone's just crashing the goal. It's not going to be something that's easy for XO5 really to overcome in this round two. It's not impossible, but in my opinion, I think Rush is just going to keep up this pressure and take round two.
An interesting opinion, and we'll certainly have to see as we wait for these teams and these and is ready to come through. But certainly, I'm not quite sure what XO5 can even do to change. Like you said, I echo a lot of your sentiments. It feels like Rush's pressure has just been so much. Perhaps if XO is able to get a few more passes in, look for those clean setups in their place inside the bubble, perhaps we see a different change in what goes on here. But it is felt so hard with just the defense that Rush has been playing, the offense that they've been playing. The stacks are extremely quick, so not much to be gained there either. Where do you go? Where do you go from here?
I really think the only thing that can really help XO5 this round and swing the tide is if they start stunning out that stack. Maybe it gets them some more open looks, but that stack is, no matter who has the disc, the stack is either putting pressure on the pass or putting pressure on the passer. So unless they can break that up and get a little bit of breathing room, Rush is just going to stay dominant in this game.
I think one of the most telling stats looking at it is like the low number of saves kind of across the board on both teams. You look at the score and you see how that reflects it, because you look at Rush, who has been scoring pretty much every opportunity they've had, right? We've talked about how they've had their approach and they've had that relentless pressure. And meanwhile, on the other side with XO5, they just haven't had, like, they've got 6 points and they've scored on those 3 attempts, but they really haven't had many other attempts. The Rush defense has been shutting them down before they can even get into the offensive zone. So it's got to be super frustrating right now for your XO5, because it's not like you're getting chances and missing them or getting stopped by superior play. You're just not able to get set up there, and that's super frustrating, especially if you've got all these techniques and plays that you've practiced as a team, to not be able to use them just because you can't get the initial setup. That's incredibly frustrating, and it's a testament to Rush's defense in this game so far.
I couldn't agree more, man. Offbeat, you have absolutely the best point here, and of course, as we're coming out of that timeout, we'll have to see how they adjust. And I think one of the most important things to do with that timeout is reset the mental game, as we are having a sub in here. Flamboyant's coming in here for the side of XO5, but resetting that mental game, trying to make sure that you aren't too frustrated by that last round, and making sure that you can come back and take a second round to try and win the series, win the best of 3. It is a hard thing to do, but one of the most important things here in Echo Arena.
So round 2 about to get underway. I'd like to be proved wrong by XO5, and we'll see. Rush right away headbutts it into the bubble. The Joker train, and Snowy Fox slams it home. Quick goal, less than 10 seconds, 2-0 lead.
And that is just a testament to what we've said about everything so far. They read that bounce. Sometimes hard for people to read exactly where that headbutt bounce is going to be, but they read it perfectly. They get the slam dunk in, and already off to a blazingly fast start. Now Bean gonna send this over to Fox over to Flamboyance, but reading that all day is Snowy with the shot. The 3 is good, and so far it's Snowy. It's a snowball. It's 5 points for the side here of Rush.
So if Rush wasn't applying enough pressure, they decided on that joust they were sending in a third player to cover the rollout play that I think they've seen XO5 running here. They sent Snowy Fox to purposely go after the pass, and they were easily there for the stun. And Rush now another interception or recovery off this joust play. They do miss that pass with the stacks right there. Dark Z will now finally clear this all the way through mid. An opportunity here for XO5. Put this shot towards goal. Hits off the shield and will be recovered by XZ. And XZ will get this through the tunnel, and the stack going the other way.
Oh, and they do get the grab. The defender was not able to handle it. As now Snowy's just going to dance around, walking a little bit, looking for it. Oh my, was that a handoff? I think Snowy intentionally dropped it behind him for Bartstar and shielded themselves to try and stun the goalie as a little handoff play to get that 2 point secured.
I think Snowy Fox is trying to add a fullback position to Echo Arena maybe after that one.
Maybe. Oh my, that was not rare that you see handoffs, it is rare that you see handoffs in this game, but when they happen, it's one of the best things that could possibly happen. Is now that stun comes through and Bart just gonna dance around, send this one in. They're feeling good. 10-0 for Rush.
Yeah, and this is what we were talking about, and it's XO5, they felt the pressure, they tried to make some adjustments, but Rush is just keeping on that pressure, and if anything, they're upping the pressure. There's even more. Like, it's so quick. Rush is getting down the field. They're putting pressure on the joust here, so they're going to actually try XO5 to switch it up here and go for a dribble play. They do get a slap, but right there is Raccoon to intercept that. It is at mid. XO5 will clear this down, but the stacks for Rush get there first. Try to clear it through tunnel. It does hit off a Geo. It gets to XZ. XZ will put this one towards goal. It will be off wide, but the first to get there. Oh, a little mix-up here. Maybe they're taking their time. Snowy Fox will get that pass over to Bartstar. Stunned out before they could take the shot. And just some havoc here outside the bubble. Snowy Fox a slap to XZ around the pillar to the top. Ooh, waiting there was it, I think Bartstar, I think, was sitting on top of the post and slams that one home.
Yeah, and even when again we're seeing this cohesion where even if they mess up a little bit, they have a missed pass, they're panicking a little bit because of the chaos that is happening inside that bubble, they're still able to get that pass off, find the best positioning to try and get things happening. But certainly that is not quite the way that you want things to go if you're XO5s. Now it will be another turnover for Rush. Rush going to send this one over to Bart. Bart actually not able to handle it, so it will be loose, and perhaps an opportunity here for XO5 as they send that one deep on a shot off the barrier. I think headbutted off the barrier by Rush, but still recovered here by XO5. Immediate turnover though into Rush's hands, and that one's going deep. Rush all the way down the field, scooped up by Salty and just lightly sent in. That 14-0 lead just keeps growing more and more.
Yeah, Rush isn't even letting XO5 get a shot off. The disc was in their zone. They just kept the pressure that they're applying on offense, the offensive side of the arena. They're applying it on the defensive side of the arena, and it's smothering. XO5 can't find any space. They can't find times to take shots. They are getting the passes through mid. But let's see the other way now. As you see, the pressure just put on and a missed pass there again. Bart Star now tries to clear that through mid. Hits double diamond. Will be picked up by the stack for Rush. Throws it lightly towards goal. Would have been high, but the stack right away. Snowy Fox actually get it stolen, I think, by Bart Star. And they will put that home 16-0.
It has just looked like a Formula One race out here for the side of Rush. I mean, living up to their namesake, the stacks have been absolutely ridiculous as we do get another timeout here, as I believe a member of XO5 dropped out. So hopefully we'll be seeing that player here soon. But the speed has just been everything. And they've had the reads on where the passes are going to go, but more importantly, they have the speed to recover even when they don't get the read right. It's such a brutal combo from Rush that XO can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I think XO, after that first round, they were probably trying to think of a different strategy to come out. But after that first round, it was pretty grim. It didn't look great. There was not a lot, like we said, what can they really change to make things work better? And there were a couple things, but you could tell that they came out with a lot lower morale in this round too, as they just can't get anything working from this suffocating pressure of Rush.
Yeah, it's ridiculous and such insane pressure for them. I mean, Offbeat, what kinds of things are you seeing here as well as we're taking this brief time out?
And I don't know what more I can say that we haven't already gone over kind of in extensive detail. Yeah, Rush has come out of the gate swinging, and they've kept up that pressure. I think, like, you had to make a change if you're playing this from, if you're playing this from the XO side, right? You got to come into the second round, and you got to try something different, right? You've come into round one with your main style of play, and you need to try and tweaking it a bit in order to be competitive, because you found that isn't working. But as soon as you make those tweaks, you run the risk of needing to go into a playstyle you're not familiar with, somewhere that isn't your strength, and you do risk things like this happening, where the new strategy you pick just doesn't work, either because you're not familiar with it or you're doing stuff that your team hasn't ever really practiced, and it can get away from you like it did here. So yeah, absolutely a risk they needed to take, and it didn't pay out here. Still, though, I stand by their decision to try and switch up their game plan, switch up their rollout, see if they can find something that works. Just didn't work out for them here today.
Yeah, and of course we can see that Rush is having a lot of fun. They're feeling really good about their positioning. Well on pace for that Mercy, where 20-point difference means that they will be able to take this round extremely quickly, but just 4 points away is so difficult for anybody to come back from. And certainly with the way that Rush has been playing, you got to think XO5 is going to do their very best just to avoid that Mercy at this point with how things have been going and the pace that they've set.
Yeah, and if you're XO5 here, that's exactly what you want to do. You just want to try to get some points on the board. And the best thing is, they can watch this back over. This is going to be a great learning opportunity to see, when they are playing high pressure teams, what mistakes are they making? Because the thing is, sometimes you come to games, you see a different look you haven't seen yet, and you're not ready for it. And yeah, you're down 16-0, but honestly, these are the games that make teams better overall. At the end of it, it gives you a lot of film to watch, a lot to go over. We're gonna get back to this round two here, Glean.
Yeah, certainly. As now XO5 just trying to find something perhaps in that timeout where they were trying to get the other player back in. The other three players were able to discuss some sort of strategies. Now Bean's going to immediately send this one over to Daniel. Daniel over to Fox. Fox just trying to get the pass off. Does get it to Flamboyance, so they are able to get it all the way through. But just as I say that, I caster curse it. XZ able to scoop this one up. Backing it up, sending the pass over to Snowy. Snowy now going to juke around, has Bart Star right there. Bart with a shot, maybe, perhaps. Oh, is it? Oh, no, just off the post. The bounce wasn't quite there, but going to scoop up his own clear. Snowy now going to dance around and dunk it in eventually. So just 2 points away from that Mercy at this point.
Yeah, that, again, any chance that that EXO has of getting any sort of offensive opportunity is just null and void once that stack gets... They even got stunned out. They had an opportunity there. The stack got stunned out for a rush, but quickly came back up and worked their way back defensively to the disc. As Fox now will get stunned, turns it over. Bartstar now cutting from ceiling towards the goal. Juking around will put that one a little bit wide. Off boot now, chasing it. Trying to tap that out is Daniel. Have it on the floor. Throws that one, hits wedge. It will be picked right back up by Bartstar. Stolen out of his hands from Snowy Fox. The pass over to Salty Raccoon. Salty Raccoon, oh, just missing the pass off of Nest. And Fox now will clear this all the way through mid.
Oh, and here's a good opportunity for them if they can get down to the other side. They do. Flamboyance with... No! Even that shot denied here by Bartstar, by Rush. They are killing it right now. Nothing stifling the side of XO5 just with their speed and their accuracy. Now Bart are going to try and clear this one out. Still in here by a member of XO5, so Daniel actually handling this one. Going to send it down. Can't quite find the pass though. It does get cleared, not quite into the hands though of Daniel. Daniel now going to send this one down to Bean not able to handle this one. So the stack is through. The headbutt. They're going to send it all the way down to the opposite side of the field. Is this the Mercy? They have Salty right there. Salty going to send it down low. XZ going to dance. Looks for the cross, and there it is. Served up and eaten. Salty Raccoon going to devour that one, giving themselves the Mercy here. 20-0, and what was a brutally dominating performance here by Rush.
Yeah, that last opportunity for XO, I think, just perfectly summed up Rush's play. Even when they looked like they were going to make a mistake, they quickly come back and recover and gave XO zero time. Not even 0-5. They gave him zero time to put that disc in the goal, even when they had, you know, the opportunity of an open net. Offbeat, any thoughts from the sideline?
Not too much more that we didn't iterate over with that pause with a couple minutes left. A little surprised they didn't just run out the time with whoever they had. But hey, you know, you're at this high level. You take what you can get and you play it out as much as you can. And yeah, I still stand by just my analysis that it was a good decision to try and make some changes. They'll definitely look at this film, go back, and I'm sure they'll fix up some of the spots in their game here that were lacking. And on Rush's side, they are probably very likely going to be looking at a push to Diamond in the next couple weeks, I'm sure. Keep an eye on them.
Absolutely. And of course, we have to get running here because we have our marquee matchup of the night, the master matchup here between Overkill and Anomaly. So don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a moment bringing you that one. And welcome back, everyone. Master Time, Master Division. Here it is. Like we said before, Overkill and Anomaly, two great teams sitting on the lower end of that Master Division, but certainly forces to be reckoned with, and what will certainly be a fast-paced matchup if I know anything about these two teams. Again, joining me here in the booth is Matt Miko, and offbeat on the sidelines, Wonder Team Man on the cams. I am Glean. Matt, are you ready for this one?
This has been the match we've all been waiting for, this Master Tier match between Anomaly and Overkill. I'm definitely ready. I have to say, I've casted Overkill already this season. I've seen some impressive play. Like, yes, they are down in 7th, but I've seen them play Instinct, and they put up a fight, so I'm surprised they're down there in 7th place. Anomaly, too, some great players both sides. Glean, here we go, round 1.
Yeah, as now, missing that disc initially was Anomaly, but they had a very fast stack. However, it will be picked up here by Overkill, immediately sent down to Robbins. Robbins on the cross to Anubis with the immediate dunk. It says an inside shot, but it's absolutely a dunk as that one goes in quickly here for Overkill.
Yeah, that's been a thing we've seen a lot tonight. A lot of quick goals to start the round, and we see another one here for Overkill as they take this 2-0 lead. Anomaly now looking for a response. Big Bot has this disc. Back to Avoid. Avoid trying to get that one over to Taco, but unable to get a hand on that disc. Now back the other way. Quickly coming is Overkill. And we'll get to that disc first. Knife Rich puts it towards goal and finds the sharp angle shot. 4-0 for the side of Overkill.
Yeah, great work there. And we kind of jumped into this one, but we should establish what the stakes are here, because of course there is stakes with every Master Tier game. With this one, the brand new Elite Cup is happening around the same time as the Challenger Cup. So all the Master Tier teams that are not in that Challenger Cup will be playing for some bragging rights and perhaps some money. Is now this opportunity looks good, and wow, a nice 3 there from Jay Franzel. But both these teams perhaps competing for a better seed for a more favorable matchup for them inside of that tournament, which will surely be a great matchup and a great series of matchups later on next weekend.
Yeah, and we just saw there too, Glean, the pressure right now from Overkill. Again, that's the name of the game right now in all of these games, is this stack pressure, putting pressure on the disc carrier. Ooh. And there, another turnover. Robbins now throws that into the bubble. First to get there's Anubis, and another sharp angle shot. They're hitting these perfectly. A 9-0 lead for the side of Overkill.
Yeah, one of the things that has developed at the end of Season 4 and here into Season 5 has been this double stack meta. If you can pull it off successfully with such pressure, it becomes such a tough thing for opposing teams to deal with, because not only do you have 2 people charging you, only do you have 3 people charging you and there being a goalie, but all 4 members coming at you with such speed. It is ridiculously hard to then be able to execute proper passing plays and proper movement around the arena, as now they are able to get it through. So Anomaly with a great opportunity here over to Wet Taco, now dropping down, will be across. No, the stun instead. So Robbins will get the hand on it, going to look for a clear, does get it through the tunnel with only Anubis floating there, as now finally that Anomaly stack gets together. But Anubis, oh wow, he entered one, couldn't quite get the slap in though, as it will be in Anomaly's hands. And that one, off the corner post as well. So a couple of really close shots here.
Now Robbins is going to put this one towards goal. Hits off backboard, and finally someone hits a long-range three-pointer. And unfortunately for Anomaly, it's Overkill.
Yeah, and just trading long three-point bombs from half court. My goodness, what a game so far. Just so close on a couple of those shots, but eventually one lands here, like you said. Avoid now taking this and looking down low, has Big Bot there. Gonna send this one across, but just a bit missed as it will bounce. Anubis scooping this one up, taking the long shot, but Avoid takes that one easily and sends it right back out for Anomaly.
Now at midfield, disc picked up by Anubis. Anubis, oh, a pass off of Big Bot's head. Will be recovered. Anubis does get the disc back and throws it out to Jay Franzel. Now to Knife Rich. Knife Rich taps it back up to Robbins. Robbins waiting. We'll reset this so that Overkill can slowly work their way in. Anubis now the pass finds Jay Franzel, cuts towards the goal, takes the shot, and just hits the bottom of the post. And Big Bot will now slap that one through tunnel.
But it takes a bounce on the outside of that tunnel. So Overkill with yet more offensive pressure here. Sends the cross down to Jay Franzel, just going to back it up, take their time. They have this 12-point lead, which is huge right now. Robbins is going to take this and looks for the cross, but a great pick there from Big Bot. Now going to send this clear down low and through. Going to take a couple of bounces, but here is Anomaly on the opposite side. Immediately able to get that shot off and secure their first 2 points of this first round.
Yeah, and one of the Overkill stacks did get caught in the backfield, and that Anomaly stack, after they got the clear out, pounced on the disc. And like you said, finally able to get some points on the board. 5 minutes, definitely still a lot of time. So if Anomaly can keep this going, they're definitely not out of this game for sure. And there's a misplay here by Overkill. They will get to the disc, slap it out, but intercepted by Big Bot. Big Bot had pressure on them. Still unable to get this disc out of their zone. Overkill finally grabs it. Another Geo. They just keep hitting Geos on this clear. Acorn now rushing to this disc. Will get there first. Gets a slap pass, but hit it to Nest. No one was home. And now picked up by Jay Franzel.
And just going to take their time. I mean, when the chaos happens, the smartest thing to do, slow it down if you have the opportunity, which they do here now. Sends that over, looking for the dribble. They are able to get some of it off, but they overshoot the disc. Luckily, another player, Robbins, right there on the opposite side to collect, sends it across the Knife, and now sends it back to Jay Franzel, back to Knife. Back and forth is this Overkill team trying to break apart this defense. Sends it over to Knife Rich with the shot. No, misses the corner. Now picked up here by Robbins. Now over to Anubis. Anubis looking for Jay Franzel. Jay Franzel lays that one in up close to the top pocket. Hard for the goalie to reach, but back to that 12-point lead.
Yeah, and Overkill there just kept cycling it in. They were taking the shot. They didn't get it, recovering the disc, throwing it back, taking a shot, and just keeping that pressure on. It seems like even when they're missing their shots, they have a player in the right spot to recover the rebound, and they just allowing them to keep that pressure on inside the bubble for Anomaly. As Anomaly trying to now go back the other way. Miss pass picked up by Jay Franzel. Gets stunned out, but we'll get that down to Knife Rich. Knife Rich has Anubis with him, and jukes around 1-0, and a stone actually avoided it, but it headbutted it out of Knife Rich's hand. And now Acorn will have this and try to get it through mid.
Yeah, now going to just walk it up. Has so much time since all the players dropped back, and now here they come. The cross is good. Big Bot taps that one in. I mean, with the stack only just coming back, I imagine someone was in the backfield for Anomaly, stunning out that stack for Overkill. But great work there to tap that one in, get themselves some more points here on the board as we come down just under 3 minutes.
Those goals are always the best when you just get to tap it in. A dime pass when it's perfect. All you have to do is touch it, and it goes right in. Very hard for the goalie to save when it's changing direction that quickly, unless they can pounce on the pass itself. Knife Rich now will come through mid, slowly working their way up, and gets that pass to Jay Franzel. That pass, though, just getting to Knife Rich. It hit off of Bowtie. Resets to Anubis, taking their time here. They have all the time in the world, but a missed pass there. Oh, and a clear, another one intercepted by Anubis. Anomaly unable to get this disc out of their zone, Glean.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do when the person on the back line has just got your number on where the clears are going to go, sending it right back to them time and time again? Anubis just playing around. Has Jay Franzel right there as they continue to run down this clock and continue to play for time, just trying to find the best way to break down this defense. If they're not under any pressure, why force it? As they now go down to Jay, and Jay is going to send this one across the Knife, and here is the opportunity they wanted. Oh, beautiful setup. Right back down to Anubis, back and forth, weaving a web of passes until eventually the spider lands right in the center of the goal. great work there.
Yeah, when you have such a large lead, it allows you the opportunity to make those types of just wait the other team out. Pretty much, you're pulling out their defense. You're not giving them any chance. Oh, it's a interception here. You're not giving them any chance to really play the bubble defenses. You're making them come to you. This will be picked up by Robbins. Has an open goal for a second, but the stack gets back. Picked up though by Anubis, keeping on the pressure off of Pillar. Waiting, looking for a pass, decides to just do it himself. Some stuns, I think, in the goal as well. 18-4 Overkill.
Wow. And I mean, just look at the change of pace that they took there for a second. Anubis turns around, is right on the edge of the bubble, but has no pressure coming to him, so he just stops and waits for them to come to him again. Even when they're close to the bubble, they execute that and exercise that patience. As now this one is cleared all the way down, so Wetako maybe with an opportunity, although it is 2v1, sends it across. No, not quite finding Big Bot, but Acorn right there to scoop this one up. And perhaps an opportunity is now they send this one across down low. Wetako with a shot. Yes. So another 2 points on the board here for Anomaly, but it is still 12 points between these two teams. That 12-point spread is ridiculous, as I didn't even notice the time with how well this game was being played by Overkill. We're done and at the end of round 1 here, and they will be taking this one in handy fashion.
And this round will end 18-16. A lot of pressure, again, from Overkill. And great patience. Offbeat. What do you think for the sidelines here? That's just textbook Echo Arena.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Overkill is firing on all cylinders right now. Every aspect of their game has been flowing perfectly. They're making smart decisions in the offensive zone. They're using the clock to their advantage when they have the lead. They're applying pressure when they see openings in the defense. They're just playing that perfectly well. On Anomaly's side, like, it's hard to watch, especially considering the game we just saw. Where we saw a demonstration of just excellent pass play by Rush. It's been a struggle to watch Anomaly. They've missed a number of passes, either because of miscommunications where it's just been off target, maybe they've been under pressure, or sometimes it's just been, it's been intercepted at times because it's been read really well by Overkill. But they've been fine once they've gotten into the offensive zone, but moving the disc up there, their passes have not been where they need to be to compete at this level. And believe me, when you're playing at Master, no matter what team you're playing against at Master, if you are making mistakes, those are going to get pounced on, and you are going to be punished for them. That's exactly what we've seen here. It's why Overkill has had the massive lead and the massive pressure they've had this whole game.
Yeah, and that's the story of the night. Honestly, I'm surprised we're not playing Queen right now with how much pressure is going on, but it will be. Acorn now scooping this up over to Wetako. Wetako with Anomaly now having their first Gauss possession of the second round. It set up pretty well to where they could possibly take the first couple of points here. Now over to Wetako. Wetako juking through a combo, sends it over to Avoid. Now trying to drag out that defense, but all 4 members of Overkill staying disciplined, staying inside that bubble, trying to get them to come to them.
Yeah, and right now Anomaly's trying to find a way in, and looks like they have. Wetako from the ceiling. Perfect pass to Big Bot. Puts it home, and a lead finally here for Anomaly. That patience paid off, Clean.
And you gotta think it feels good to finally take a lead over this Overkill team, which has just been so unrelenting with that first round. But with Overkill on the back end, how will they respond? We saw perhaps when the first goal came in for Anomaly, they were a little bit hesitant, maybe a little bit worried, but of course, as soon as I say that, they are looking clean here with this passing scheme. Jay Franzel over to Knife Ridge, back and forth, playing that monkey in the middle, getting rid of that stack. We've seen it as time and time again with the stack breakers. Oh, that second stack trying to rush out and does eventually force this missed pass, but scooped up here quite quickly by Robinson, back to Knife Ridge, and once again, back in control and back to playing their game as Overkill.
Yeah, Overkill, even when they had pressure on from the stack, I think there might have been Robbins on the side, had the stack right on them and had the thought there to just tap it right back. A pass here onto the ceiling. Robbins has the disc. Oh, just missing the hand of Anubis as he was cutting in. And now Acorn will throw this all the way down towards the goal. And oh, it's snagged away by Robbins just before it goes in.
Oh my. I thought I thought speed was the name of the game last time, but whew, if that was a Formula One race, that was a Mach 5 jet engine. My goodness. Jay Franzel now handling this one's gonna send it over to Knife and just backing it up again. Anubis Overkill is just not letting Anomaly get any sort of advantage at any given point in time. They are making sure that they can do whatever they can to take this into now. Knife Ridge going to dance, looks back to Anubis, but a bit of a miss passes. Nugget getting in the way once again of not only long half-court shots, but also, oh, that one going off the ding ring. As now scooped up here by Acorn and sent out. Oh, actually into the hands of a Void, so perhaps a long three. Oh, is that? Oh no, it's just off the post instead, but still scooped up here by Anomaly with perhaps an opportunity.
And a Void now finds Acorn on the shoulder. Acorn tries to get that back to Big Bot, intercepted by Robbins. Oh, but an issue there, and Big Bot will recover the disc and put it home 4-0 for Anomaly. Unfortunate there for Robbins.
Yeah, unfortunate, but here's something, is that Overkill has not yet scored this round, and we're almost, well, we're just under 7 minutes in. Unusual to see this, considering what happened in that round one. Now Jay Franzel handling it, but Anomaly has scored all the points so far, and perhaps a changing of the tides here as Knife Rich takes this in the mid. Oh, gets by that stack with a nice little juke around the block. Anubis taking this on the backside, going to send it over to Jay Franzel, back to Anubis, and over to Knife. So, just going to try and break down that middle stack, make sure that they can get the best look opportunity that they can. Just back to Anubis, and back and forth they go. I mean, what more can you say?
All I know right now is that Anomaly's doing a good job of making Overkill earn their presence in the bubble. As a missed pass there, it will be recovered though by Robbins on the ceiling. Throws it back to Anubis, cutting towards the bubble. Pass to Knife Rich, back to the ceiling to Robbins, to the backboard. I don't know if there's a shot or a pass to Jay Franzel, but missed. Knife Rich recovers. Robbins now on Ghost. Will hit Anubis. Takes it back, slowly working his way, maybe trying to pull out a defender. He does have Big Bot pressuring. We'll get that disc, just missing. Oh, actually over to Jay Franzel. Robbins is there though to recover. Anubis now moving towards again. Off a boot, pass to Knife Rich. Knife Rich jukes around. Oh, another missed pass to Jay Franzel, and a Void will get that out of their bubble.
Yeah, but still scooped up here by Overkill, so they immediately recover and try and send this one back into the bubble when there's no defenders, or sorry, only 2 defenders back. Acorn trying to track this one down, but gets stunned out by Knife Rich, so back in the hands of Overkill, tapping it back to Anubis. Up top to Robbins. They have a man advantage, trying to dive in. Sends it over to Jay Franzel, trying to look for another cross, has Knife Rich, but no, good read there by Acorn to know to stun out that member of Overkill, and now trying to get the clear through. They do get it through. Overkill stack actually gets there first, as I believe, Anomaly stack gets there first. Both teams were bouncing and not quite sure where the disc was going, so eventually one team recovers. Anomaly now handling this, sends it to a Void, back to Wet Taco, and just going to wait and send this up top to Acorn.
Acorn now gets this pass to Big Bot. Has the disc stolen by Knife Rich, but got the stun off. The disc now floating in the bubble. Another stun, just some chaos here. Picked up by Acorn. They're stunned out, and then it's cleared out. But on the back line is a Void. Oh, it just bounced off of station. So this will actually be recovered by Jay Franzel for Overkill. Throws that one through mid. Another missed pass here. But it will be all the way down the bubble. Knife Rich picks it up, and finally 2 points are on the board for Overkill.
When both these teams are matching each other so well, or there's these little errors in the otherwise flawless passing game from both teams, what does it devolve into? Absolute madness in a scramble to try and get to the disc, and that is exactly what we're seeing there. But can you really blame them with how tight this game is so far? Avoid ducking one, trying to send it in to a teammate, can't quite find it, does get to Wet Taco off the bounce, but napped up by her Knife Rich and trying to dump that one back into the blue zone. Picked up here by a Void, sends it over to Big Bot. Now perhaps trying to slow things down, get a couple good passes off, but they are able to retain the disc, as there were a couple stuns that I thought might turn into a turnover, but why would I say that when it's all part of the plan? Acorn served up from Big Bot. Beautiful connection right there.
Yeah, Big Bot found himself floating in no man's land with that disc and quickly found Acorn sitting on that left shoulder, Perfect pass, perfect shot. And now, again, Anomaly find themselves with a 4-point lead. This will be thrown back to Knifrich now. We'll get this one. Has it to Jay Franzel. Jay Franzel in the tunnel. Slowly working their way up. Sealing pass to Robbins. Robbins thinks about moving in. We'll get the pass to Knifrich. Knifrich just moving back. Has Anubis open on the shoulder. Anubis moves to shield, moving towards goal and stunned, but still gets the shot off. And bring this game within 2.
Okay, Anubis, the one-man army, bringing it in, swirling and turling and swirling around to find those two. Got past 3 defenders, and hey, I've known Anubis for a while. If anyone knows how to juke, it is certainly that guy right there. Is now Avoid sends this one deep into the orange side. Perhaps too aggressive was Overkill, as now Wetaka with an opportunity, but no, stunned down immediately by Anubis. And this one just floating back. Acorn able to tap it to Avoid. Avoid up to Taco. Taco now just dropping towards the floor, looking for a pass. Has Big Bot right there with a shot off the post, but will be easily recovered here by Avoid.
Avoid now gets us past the Taco. He has pressure on him. Big Butt slaps it. Oh, it hits off the inside of the post. Overkill will slap this out. Anubis there to pick it up. They'll clear that one through mid. The bounce now, it's all the way down into the bubble. First to get there's Jay Franzel. The shot, or the pass actually just missing Robbins. And now through the tunnel, pass here to Wet Taco. A shot on goal, and oh, the three-pointer. Wet Taco gives Anomaly a 5-point lead.
And that time, they're not able to get back. They stopped the one before. They can't do it this time. Secured by Taco with about a minute 11 left to go here. I mean, it is certainly looking dire for Overkill if they want to try and make this in 2. Of course, they have that 3rd round yet to go, but with how Anomaly's playing right now, they're certainly matching Overkill in every sense and beating them in some senses as well with just how they're playing. Now, Robin's going to take this one as this close passing scheme for Overkill is trying to break down that stack. They do eventually, so Anubis is able to break away and has this 2-on-2 as they look for something now. Just trying to back this one up, perhaps taking a little bit too much time. Oh, that great save from Avoid, denying that shot as it flies its way back. Knifrich now going to handle this one. Looks for the cross, but I think that means that they won't be able to take this round. That stop from Avoid critical in making sure that this one is secured by Anomaly. As Jay Franz will try to swing this one in over to Knifrich. No, the ding. Instead, Big Bot scooped this one up and sends it right out.
Yeah, like you said, that save from Avoid clinched the round. A long shot over. Franzel gets back on the stack there to make the save, and that will be cleared back to mid. Robbins now all the way down the field. 3 seconds and 2. I wasn't sure that bounce there was almost a little dangerous. But Anomaly responding with a round 2 victory, 9-4.
And absolutely close this one was for a little bit, and then eventually Anomaly was able to break away just a little bit faster, a little bit stunnier, and a little bit cleaner on everything with the way through offbeat. What do you think?
Yeah. 2 main points we're going to touch on here in this very brief intermission we have here. So first off, Anomaly absolutely tightening up those passes. Everything that was sloppy in round 1 was clean and connected in round 2. It was a completely different showing from them here. This is the team that we've seen that deserves to be master, and this is the team that's here looking to compete at this level. As soon as they brought up their game, you saw the great back and forth game that we were expecting from the get-go between these 2 teams. Other thing I want to make note of is that the vast majority of points this round have been on fast breaks. Despite the fact that both teams are slow in their approaches and taking their time around the bubble, these bubble defenses have been exceptional. Saves, clears, but most importantly, being able to read passes and getting stuns on players before those passes get to them. You've seen it across the board on both sides. I think we've got like 90% of the goals so far have been from fast breaks, despite fast breaks being like 5% of the action we've seen here today. Those defenses are holding tight, and those few mistakes are being pounced upon, and it's those mistakes that are going to tell us who's going to win this as we head into round 3.
Lockdown are these 2 teams, as Anomaly will get the tap to start off this round 3, but cleared here by Overkill all the way down to the opposite side. Oh, that bounce almost going in off the top part of the post. Instead, and tapped out here by Anomaly. Big Bot just going to try and send this one through. Takes a funny bounce off the Geo, so Robbins recovers. And now just going to back this one up. But we are off to a fast start here as it goes down to Anubis. Anubis just going to back this one up now. Slow things down, perhaps back to that overkill that we're used to seeing here.
Jay Franzel now gets that pass to Knife Rich perfectly to Anubis. He found the seam pass, and Anubis finds the back of the goal. 2-0 Overkill. Now they take the lead in round 3. See, so far, the team who scored first has won both the games. So we'll see if that continues, even though it's only 2 rounds.
Yeah, I was going to say, perhaps statistical evidence is not quite the way to go here in Echo Arena, but hey, from what we know, so perhaps things are going their way as Overkill has the opportunity as the clear went all the way through. They got the stuns off. They were able to send the one player down. Robbins able to put that one in, and hey, let's not cast or curse it for Overkill, but Overkill is looking pretty good right now in terms of their points.
Colleen, I'd like to say you just can't argue with my statistics. So far, I'm right so far.
Hey, you know, when you're right, you're right, so...
This will be taken by Acorn to Wet Taco, back to Acorn. Perfect dime pass there to Big Bot. Some nice passing play here from Anomaly to keep the disc away from the stack. They're really getting that stack moving. Taco now will find Acorn, stunned out though, and finally Overkill will take this disc away.
Yeah, Jay Franzel now just going to go back across to Anubis here though, slowing things down in their own side, which is unusual, not quite what we've seen from them before. We have seen them like the clear and boost and just trying to get down to the opposite side of the field first and then be able to slow things down. But here, they're making sure to move slower on both ends as now Robbins dancing around on the ceiling. Just going to send this one back to Jay Franzel. Again, the staple slow play down to Anubis. Anubis breaking pass 2, sends the extra pass up top to Robbins. Oh my. I believe a technical goal there is that was very clearly a shot from Robbins, but the slam dunk instead comes through. So now 6-0 for Overkill.
Yeah, and we've seen that play a couple times already this game where Anubis gets that seam pass and shoots it. And instead, Anubis this time decided, let me take that pass and throw it up to top clock. Definitely threw off the defense there, almost making the save. Like you said, it was a technical goal, but Anubis just switching it up a little bit to find that 6th point.
Yeah, changing things up. That's always the one thing that you can do in Echo Arena to certainly improve on the spot. I mean, you can try and improve stacks on the spot and try and make communication a little bit better, but if anything, a change of strategy is the easiest thing to implement sometimes. And certainly right there, it working out well for Overkill. And like we said before, this game has implications for Elite Cup, where both these teams are going to be playing and looking to try and perhaps take down some of the other master teams in what is sure to be a great tournament. But that is why we're seeing this timeout right now from Anomaly. They want to make sure that they can get a better seat in that cup, and just taking that timeout to maybe refresh on strategy, refresh the mental, and make sure that they can take this one in round 3. Every win counts and every point counts, certainly down the stretch.
You have to say, taking timeouts is very underrated. They can help you reset when you find yourself down, like Anomaly does with their 6 goals, when the game is still very, very in reach. And you just want to make sure it doesn't start to snowball. As Acorn now has this back to Taco to Big Bot. They're getting caught at this midfield a little bit by this Overkill stack, and they'll start to finally move up now. Big Bot to avoid and stuns out that stack. We'll get this pass over to Acorn. Acorn has a player cutting, unable to get the pass out quick enough. Taco now slap it back to avoid. Bounces back, hits a pass over to Acorn. Acorn now over to Taco and stunned out. And again, Overkill will take this disc and try to get that through tunnel.
Yeah, and a fortunate roll off the tunnel means that it will just be back in that blue side instead of an interception. But no one able to get a hand on it until now. Acorn scooping that one up, sending it over to Avoid. Avoid now trying to send it back in on a clear, but Anubis on that back line. Again, just right there to scoop that up and send it over to Robbins. Robbins back to Anubis, and they're going to slow it down once again. This is what we see Overkill do all the time whenever they get the disc, is slow it down. They know they have the time to lead, the presence with which to play. in the offensive zone. And even there, you can see they're in the bubble. They have an opportunity, but they still back it up.
And Anubis now will send this to the ceiling to Robbins. Oh, trying to hit the pass at Pillar to Knife Rich, just misses. Anubis will push in from the back line, has pressure, gets it to Knife Rich. He just dropped and avoided a stun there. Gets it to Jay Franzel, cutting towards the goal, back over to Robbins. Will push out and think about that again, and actually gets that all the way back out and resets it to Anubis.
Man, oh man, they're just... The passes are so clean that they can't afford to do this. You know, it's not a mistake whenever they need to back it out or whenever they need to do anything. Oh, as I say that, of course, the pass, of course, would go awry. What else would happen whenever Glenn speaks about something people are doing perfectly is now Anomaly takes that shot in off the fast break and sends that in for their first couple of points. I can hear you laughing at Nico. Don't make fun of it. This is my curse to bear. This is just what happens.
That's impressive, honestly. As quickly as you said it, Anomaly pounce on the disc after a miss pass from Overkill and finally get their first 2 points. Jay Franzel now to Anubis. Anubis to Knife Rich, and now back to Anubis again. This will be picked up by Robbins. And they're just slowly working their way through mid, taking their time. A stack coming quickly from an Anomaly there. And this will be passed back, and they'll just calmly reset it again.
Yeah, and Knife Rich is going to handle this one. Sends it over to Jay Friends. I'll just right back to Knife Rich. So back and forth we go, around and around like a carousel. Up top to Robbins is just going to juke out, sends it back to Anubis, who was stunned, and sends it in. So quick execution here. Quicker than we were seeing before here from Overkill, but 2 points is 2 points, and 6-point lead in their favor.
Yeah, the stacks right now for Anomaly, they're putting pressure on Overkill in midfield. But Overkill's doing a much better job of moving the disc quickly. And then right there, that goal started off a stunned stack. So I think it was Anubis got that disc out on a beautiful pass, stunned the stack, and they found that goal. Now Wet Taco has this to Acorn. Acorn tries to make the pass. Wet Taco luckily gets back after being stunned, or sorry, that was Big Bot after being stunned quickly enough. Avoid now. Resets it to Wet Taco. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. A 6-point game here. Oh, Wet Taco took a second too long, and now Anubis will grab it and clear it down the field.
That long shot actually off. Knife Rich able to scoop it up, so sends it over to Anubis, who was stunned. Oh, off the post instead of that shot, which is not there quite. Avoid now going to take a long 3. No, off the station, off the 1 Geo. So instead going to have to opt for another pass up. A couple of passes looks good. Wet Taco with the shot there on the backboard. So back to that 4-point deficit, and that's exactly what Anomaly needs. They need this faster stack. They need this faster speed to get down the field, score those fast break points when they have the man advantage, because otherwise just setting up at the bubble has just not been working all that well for them so far this round.
Yeah, Avoid went for the shot and hit it off the Geo, but then hit a perfect dime pass to Big Bot, who was able to make an even better pass behind the goal to set everything up. That's what they need to do. They need to be hitting their passes perfectly, as Offbeat said, after our first round. That's going to be the key for Anomaly. They can't make these mistakes because it's something that Overkill's just going to jump on. As Robbins now on the ceiling, juking towards goal. He has Big Bot on him. A pass now to Jay Franzel, and again, this Overkill team just slowly working the disc around the field, trying to force out a mistake from Anomaly.
Yeah, and I think they're doing a really good job, because you can see how fast those Anomaly stacks are as that shot comes in from Anubis, well set up down the center line. Able to score another 2, but you can see how fast those Anomaly stacks are. If you play with control, and like you said, Matt, you made a great point earlier, if you play this passing game fast enough to where that stack can't get to you and you get the disc out of your hands fast enough, you shut down this Anomaly defense pretty hard. And quite honestly, the offense at some points is now maybe a scuffed look here from Anomaly, means that it will be Anubis scooping this up for Overkill. Now going to send this down and around to a teammate, but no, it's up here by Anomaly, perhaps with an opportunity. Avoid looking for a long 3, but Anubis right there to stun and reset.
Pass over here to Robbins, puts it on goal off the backboard, grabbed by Taco. Pass that one over to Avoid. Avoid will put this one towards the goal a little bit high. And the first to get there is Wet Taco, and a slap shot into the goal. 10-6, brings it back within 4.
And there is that staple Anomaly speed. This team has been around for a long time, and one of the most consistent things I've seen from them has always been speed. They are always some of the fastest stacks in North America, and certainly it being exercised here, and it's got to be the thing that they run their offense through. Is now Jay France sends us across to Knife Rich. Knife sends us up top to Robbins. Robbins with a one-on-one right now, but as that stack comes back, opts to just reset wisely and goes to Knife Rich now from Anubis. Robbins up top once again, just going to juke around to Jay Franzel. Oh, great stop there from Big Bot. Good save. Exactly what they needed to send out here. Will not be quite clean as now Anubis scoops that one up and sends it across, and I think they're wasting just enough time, Overkill is, to make sure that Anomaly can't take this one. As yes, we run down that clock just a little bit more. It will be Overkill taking this one in 3.
You know, Overkill takes this one in 3, but some great play here from Anomaly. They really just tried to keep themselves in this game. That first round didn't go their way, but at least in this third round with a loss of shot here off, I think the post. They keep themselves in this game 10-6. Just a little too late, though. They decided to start scoring because Glean, that second round, Anomaly stopped Overkill from scoring for almost 4 minutes. And then this round, Overkill did the same thing to Anomaly.
Yeah, a bit of a mirror match almost in what happened in between these 2 rounds, but of course we can't take away too much. Can't take away the job of Offbeat, who is on the sidelines observing everything. I mean, what did you see this time, my man?
Man, it was really interesting to watch. I mean, I think the biggest thing for me is Overkill came in here. They got an early lead. They got those early points, and they must have burned like half the clock just in passing it around, taking their time, looking for that perfect shot. Like, you don't even think they were looking for a shot at most of the time there. They were just like, we will keep the disc moving. We will hold this 4-point lead. And Anomaly just couldn't get the disc from them. They weren't able to get enough pressure on them because Overkill was in tight on their passes. They received a pass, immediately knew where their next pass was going to. So they were able to keep it moving so quickly that Anomaly, despite having good stacks and good defensive play, just couldn't get the disc back. And working from behind, it was just too much to overcome. Overkill playing with the lead excellently, and that's why they took this run round 3.
Yeah, and I just want to point out 25 minutes of possession time on the side of Overkill. 10 minutes Anubis had the disc. Wow, that is, usually we see the numbers like we see on Anomaly side, 4 minutes, just under 5 minutes, 3 minutes of possession time, but holding the disc for so long, keeping such control, so impressive here from Overkill and the way that they executed on this game.
Yeah, it was just beautiful possession control from Anubis, especially like you said on that back line. I don't know how many times we counted Anubis just snatching it as Anomaly tried to clear that one out and just kept the disc in. And even when Overkill was pushing towards the bubble, if they didn't feel like they had the perfect look, they're perfectly okay with saying, hey, let's just check it back out. We'll redo this again. Let's start it back up, take 2. And it worked. It worked for them.
Yeah, absolutely. But that is it for us here in venues and on the VR Master League page. We've had a smash of a time casting these 3 games. They've all been great games to see one way or another, and we've had a great time. I mean, do you guys have any following or final sentiments before we wrap this one up?
You know
Nothing
what?
on my end.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nothing. You know what? Nothing on my end. How about you, Offbeat? Offbeat, you have to have something, right? You're not going to say nothing on my end.
No way. No way I would do that. I'm been watching the whole game. I'm sidelined. I know exactly what I need to say at all times, right? I've had 10 minutes to prep this. Why would I not have anything to say? No,
Almost
I got
as much
nothing
time
on
as
my end.
Anubis had the disc.
He held it for an entire round.
That's insane.
But that's something.
Especially considering that they were passing it so much, which means like he wasn't holding it, he wasn't being selfish with it. He just had all the time in the world to prep it. Like that's impressive. I think that's something you put on your resume.
I can hold the disc longer than anyone else. Well, and with that, we will wrap things up here. I have been Glean. This was Matt, Miko, and Offbeat. with me here in the casting booth doing their respective jobs. Of course, Wonder T-Man on the cans doing a phenomenal job. That is it for us. Be happy, healthy, and safe, everyone. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you for joining us.
VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Border Foods, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Rebuff Reality, and VRware.net.